Hi everyone! Welcome to Learning Agri with Al, and today I will be providing you with tips and insights into learning na pwede nyong magamit sa inyong pag-aaral as you are preparing for your board exam, or you are simply a lifelong learner. Gusto mo lang natututo every now and then, so magagamit niyo yung mga tips na to sa inyong pag-aaral. So I know how difficult to review is. Lagi kong sinasabi sa inyo for the past few weeks nung mga tips ko na dapat consistent tayo sa pagre-review. Kasi sa consistency, doon na-forge yung memory natin and doon natin mas naiintindihan yung mga concepts. However, let's face it, consistency is a hard thing. Madalas, we feel bored, madalas we feel lazy, and madalas nagpo-procrastinate tayo kung saan ipinagpapabukas natin yung pagre-review. Bakit? Kasi ang pagre-review takes a lot of hard work. And it is painful. And it is uncomfortable. And ayaw natin maramdaman yung discomfort na yun. Kaya iniiwasan natin. Nung nag-start akong mag-review for the licensure exam for agriculturist, na-experience ko rin yan. Yung may mga araw kung saan energized ka na mag-review, pero madalas may mga araw na ayaw mong gawin. Pero prior to starting the review, sabi ko sa sarili ko, kailangan kong mag-review every single day from May going to November. So that's 7 months. And nagawa ko siya. And ituturo ko sa inyo mamaya yung mga tools na ginamit ko para maging consistent and motivated sa pagre-review. But believe me, kahit na may mga tools akong ganito, nandun pa rin yung friction, nandun pa rin yung pakiramdam na ayokong mag-aral, pero kailangan gawin. But before I discuss to you yung mga tools na to na ginamit ko to stay motivated and consistent sa aking pagre-review, I want to discuss about this amazing substance and chemical in our body that we call as dopamine. Okay. Now, you might have experienced some days kung saan wala ka sa mood, you feel less energy, ayaw mong gumawa ng anything. Right? Now, kapag nandun ka sa, if you have been experiencing those days, ibig sabihin yan, yung dopamine levels mo, mababa. Ano ba kasi ang dopamine? Well, dopamine is this chemical that pushes us, okay? Ito yung chemical that pushes us to pursue something of value. So, almost lahat ng mga actions natin is determined by dopamine. Like, for example, gutom ka, dopamine yung magsasabi sa'yo na kailangan mo mag-seek out ng food. So a lot of those times, kapag mababa yung dopamine mo, you feel less energetic, you feel less focused, you feel demotivated. Yun yung pakiramdam. And kapag naman mataas yung dopamine levels mo, you feel focused, you feel energetic, enthusiastic, and pakiramdam mo, kayang-kaya mong tapusin yung task na nasa harap mo. So yun yung ating dopamine. Kaya naman, kung mapapansin nyo, may mga tao siguro kayong kakilala na less energy, boring kasama, parang walang buhay, mababa yung dopamine yun. And may mga tao rin naman na very, very hyper, very, very enthusiastic sa ginagawa nila, mataas ang dopamine levels ng mga tao na ito. But here's the thing about dopamine. Okay? Dopamine is being enriched by activities that gives us pleasure. And yung activities na to, hindi siya necessarily good. Some are good, but most of these activities are also bad. Kasi hindi naman alam ni dopamine kung ano yung magandang activity or hindi. Hindi alam ng katawan natin kung ano yung magandang activity or hindi. Ang alam lang niya, kung tumaas yung dopamine, this is a good activity. Pag bumaba yung dopamine, this is a bad activity. And here's the thing. Naniniwala ako na most of the things that we are actually doing right now, such as binge watching, pag-i-scroll sa social media, substance abuse like alcohol and nicotine, right? So itong mga bagay na to, nakakapag-produce yan ng dopamine sa ating brain. So hinahay niya, nagkakaroon ng peak ng dopamine because of these activities. But then after that peak ng dopamine, yung magnitude ng kanyang peak, yung magnitude ng kanyang pagtaas, ay susundan yan ng magnitude ng pagbaba. So, ibig sabihin, kung gaano kataas yung peak ng dopamine mo, ganun din kababa yung ibababa niya, yung ating trough sa dopamine. And ibig sabihin yan, for example, ikaw ay nag-binge watch, tumataas yung levels ng dopamine mo, tumataas ng tumataas. And then after 3 hours of binge watching, you will feel that sudden emotion na parang wala ka na sa mood. Yun yung crash sa dopamine level. Yung wala ka na sa mood, wala ka ng energy to do any sort of things. Kaya para sa akin, a lot of these things or a lot of the causes of demotivation kung bakit hindi tayo consistent sa pagre-review is because we have been engaging to a lot of harmful activities na nagpapapik ng dopamine natin, and after natin gawin yung activity na yon, nagka-crash yung dopamine level and wala na tayong gana na gawin yung mga importanteng bagay katulad ng pagre-review. So mahalaga, dapat i-maintain natin yung healthy baseline of dopamine in our body. And yun yung basis ng mga tools na i-share ko sa inyo mamaya. Paano kaya tayo mag-maintain ng maayos na dopamine sa ating katawan nang sa ganun, we can feel motivated to pursue things that are meaningful to us personally. Katulad ng pagre-review, or paggawa ng any projects or pag-aaral, kasi yan yung mga bagay na makakabuti sa ating future. Instead of doing things na in the short run, pleasurable, gagawa tayo ng mga bagay na in the long run, makikinabang tayo and makikinabang rin yung mga tao na makakasama natin in the future. Okay? So ito yung mga tools na ginamit ko nung nagre-review ako to keep myself motivated and to keep a healthy baseline levels of dopamine. Number 1 would be cold showers. Okay. So dati, nung ako ay nagre-review pa lang, and even right now, ginagawa ko to, pagkagising ko pa lang, ang una kong gagawin, pupunta ako sa CR at maliligo ako ng malamig. And kapag naligo ako ng malamig, may feeling na you are being energized. Nakakagulat yung lamig na yun eh. Pero at the same time, may feeling of energy, yun yung dopamine, and nagdadilate yung eyes natin, and the body is preparing itself to be active. So kapag nag-cold shower ka, nagkakaroon ng peak sa dopamine levels natin. Pero sabi ko, di ba, sa inyo kanina, kapag nag-peak yung dopamine natin, ang next niyan, crash in the dopamine level. However, as per the science, as per research, kapag gumamit tayo ng cold shower, yes, nagkakaroon ng peak ng dopamine, pero slowly yung kanyang pagbaba. Ibig sabihin yan, all throughout the day, may dopamine ka sa katawan mo that is helping you to achieve things or to complete task na kailangan mong tapusin all throughout that day. So mabagal yung pagbaba niya. Hindi katulad ng paggamit ng, let's say, nicotine and alcohol na yes, we will feel high, pero immediate yung crash kapag nagkaroon ka ng hangover, for example, sa alcohol. Dito, immediate yung high, pero mabagal yung pagbaba ng dopamine. So may dopamine ka sa katawan mo that is sustaining you to complete yung mga importanteng activities mo all throughout the day. Kaya cold shower is a good tool, a good protocol na pwede nyong idagdag sa inyong review preparation, especially kung nahihirapan kayo to keep yourself motivated. So that's number 1. Number 2 is to stay healthy. Ano ibig kong sabihin dyan? This is very common sense or self-explanatory. Kung hindi ka healthy, may sakit ka, gutom ka, kulang ka sa tulog, more than likely, less yung energy levels mo, less yung dopamine level sa iyong katawan. Kaya mahalaga na pangalagaan natin yung ating katawan. And nandyan yung trio sa pagkakaroon ng healthy na body. Unang-una, good food. Dapat kumakain tayo. Hindi natin ginugutom yung sarili natin, or kung kumakain ka man, hindi ka kumakain ng mga junk food or fast food or processed foods. Kumain tayo ng tama. Something na makakabusog and something that will give us the right nutrients. Like for example, yung mga pagkain na healthy sa brain, like nuts, red meat, and lots of fruits and vegetables. So kumain tayo ng tama. Pangalawa, of course, dapat maayos yung tulog natin. Iwasan na natin yung lagi tayong nagpupuyat. Kasi kung puyat ka, nagigising, more than likely, demotivated ka talagang gumawa ng anything. Kasi nga, puyat ka. And number 3, ito yung pinaka-paborito ko, kailangan mag-exercise tayo. At least, mag-insert kayo ng exercise routine sa inyong araw. Kasi yung exercise na yon would actually also gives you the energy, it would energize you to perform other tasks because of the increased blood flow. It will give you the dopamine level na kailangan mo para matapos yung mga tasks mo all throughout that day. So I would suggest kung hindi naman kayo nag-exercise, so hindi kayo physically active, I would suggest magsimula kayo sa around 10 to 15 minutes of light cardio. And then afterwards, i-increase nyo siya, right? Pero kung nag-exercise na kayo, why not i-intensify nyo? Okay lang na i-intensify yan kasi every sweat counts. As long as you exercise, nakakatulong yan para i-maintain yung cognitive function ng ating brain and gives us this energy, this dopamine level that will help us complete tasks all throughout the day. So that's number 2 tip, stay healthy. Yung pangatlong tip ko is to use active recall in your review. What do I mean by this? Madalas kasi kapag nagre-review tayo, nagbabasa lang tayo. Diba? Binabasa lang natin yung concept, nag-underline ka, nag-highlight ka, or nanonood ka ng lecture, or nakikinig ka lang ng lecture. Madalas yun yung way natin of reviewing. And a lot of those, and that particular technique is not very effective. Unang-una, para mabind sana yung memory and magkaroon tayo ng deeper understanding doon sa concept. Pangalawa, hindi siya motivating. In fact, ako, nabobore ako kapag nagbabasa lang ako ng isang concept na pagkahaba-haba and very, very technical yung mga definition. I find it energizing kapag may sinasagutan ako. Kasi kapag nagsasagot ka, it's like as if you are aiming at something. Diba? Gusto mo tama yung sagot mo. And kapag tumatama ka doon sa sagot mo, nag-hit yan ng dopamine. Aha, tama yung sagot ko. So that would give you the energy for the next question. Kung magkamali ka man, at least you've learned something and then magpapass through ka doon sa pagkakamali na yun up until maitama mo lahat ng mga questions na sinasagot mo for that particular review session. So para sa akin, very important talaga yung flashcard. Yung paggamit ng flashcard, sabi ko nga sa inyo, 70% dapat ng time nyo sa pagre-review is done through active recall, kung saan sumasagot kayo ng mga tanong. So yung paggamit ng flashcard, mas nakaka-motivate sa akin yun para ipagpatuloy yung review ko. Kasi kapag tumatama ako, I feel good. Kapag nagkakamali ako, I still feel good kasi nga may learning akong nakukuha doon sa mga pagkakamali na yun. Kaya sa mga bumili sa akin ng Anki flashcards, no, utang na loob, gamitin nyo yan every single day. Okay? Kung hindi nyo makuha-kuha yung concepts, okay lang na magkamali kayo ng paulit-ulit. Sooner or later, if you stay consistent answering these questions, mapapakinabangan nyo yan kapag tinitake nyo na yung actual exam. So use active recall in your review session. Yan yung aking third tip. Yung aking fourth tip naman, and for me, this is the most important of all. We need to reshape our mindset. Reshape our mindset. One of the causes ng pagkakaroon ng demotivated attitude or kung bakit tayo demotivated is because negative yung perspective natin sa sarili natin and doon sa task na ginagawa natin or doon sa ating goals. Madalas may mga self-image tayo or self-talk tayo na ang sinasabi ganito, hindi ka matalino. Mag-fail ka rin. Hindi ka papasa kahit pagawin mo yan. So kapag ganun nga yung mindset na ine-embrace natin, mahirap talaga na maging motivated. Kasi yung mga mindset na to, yung sinasabi natin sa sarili natin, ay nakaka-demotivate, nakaka-discourage siya. So ang gusto kong gawin natin, i-reshape natin yung mindset natin, especially when we look at pain or discomfort in learning. Madalas kasi, nabanggit ko na rin to doon sa aking last episode on tips and insights about review. Madalas kapag nahihirapan tayo, we look at that discomfort as a sign na mahina tayo, bobo tayo, hindi matalas yung ating memory. Pero hindi dapat ganun yung perspective. Kasi sa point kung saan nahihirapan tayo, doon tayo nag-grow. And later on, doon din tayo magsasucceed. Kaya okay lang mahirapan. Yun dapat yung right perspective. And we need to teach ourselves na i-embrace yung hirap na yun as part of the reward. Kapag nahihirapan ka, sabihin mo sa sarili mo, aha, nahihirapan ako because I am growing. And magbibigay yun sa'yo ng dopamine, a boost of dopamine and energy that will keep you moving forward. Dapat yun yung perspective natin sa discomfort. Dapat yun yung perspective natin sa mga sacrifices na ginagawa natin for our future. Okay? Like for example, sa pag-exercise, mahirap, you feel weak, pero you can never feel strong unless you are weak first. Diba? Meron nga ang kasabihan, the precursor to the wise is the fool. Ibig sabihin yan, bago ka maging wise, kailangan maging tanga ka muna, maging stupido ka muna. Yun yung sinasabi nung saying na yun. So lahat tayo, nagsisimula tayo from the ground going up. Wala namang tao nagsisimula on the up agad right? Katulad si Carlos Yulo, 'di ba? Pinaghirapan ni Sir Carlos Yulo yung 2 gold medals niya na yon. Thousands and thousands of trials ang ginawa niya para ma-perfect yung routine niya. Sana ganun din tayo. Mahirap man, pero i-treat natin yung paghihirap na yun, yung working hard na yun, as a sign that we will be succeeding soon kung ipagpapatuloy lang natin. So ganun ko in-approach yung study session ko noon. Kahit na mahirap, kahit na boring, kahit na uncomfortable yung feeling ng 1 hour or 2 hours na pagre-review, ginagawa ko pa rin kasi iniisip ko, para sa future ko to. Gumagaling ako, tumatalino ako, I am growing. And you know what? Dito sa review season nyo, or sa mga magte-take ng board exam, kapag nakuha nyo yung lisensya nyo, ang next na tatanungin nyo sa sarili nyo, now what? So, very pleasurable yung pagkuha ng lisensya. Yes. Pero, hindi doon humihinto ang buhay. You need to keep growing. And, in terms of profession, or in terms of your career, you need to keep growing professionally. So, you need to keep learning. You need to keep experiencing yung discomfort ng pag-aaral para maging magaling kayo sa field nyo. So, yan yung 4th na tip ko. Reshape our mindset on how we see discomfort and hard work. Isipin nyo na lang, we are not there yet, pero mararating din natin. So, yes, nahihirapan ako ngayon, nalilito ako sa mga concepts na napapakinggan ko sa lecture, pero maiintindihan ko rin to. Gagaling din ako dito. Hindi nga lang ngayon, pero ipagpapatuloy ko, mangyayari din yun. So, yan yung 4 tips ko para maka-maintain kayo ng maayos na baseline level of dopamine that would keep you motivated sa inyong pag-aaral even though very uncomfortable yung feeling. Comment if you have any questions, click like if you like this video, share it to your friends, and please do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell kasi marami pa akong ilalabas na videos katulad nito na makakatulong sa journey nyo as learners. Maraming salamat ulit. This is Aladin from Learning Agri with Al. God bless sa inyong pagre-review. Kaya nyo yan. Laban lang.